Ciao everybody, Ian D'Agata here, and I'm sitting with Stefano Frascolla. Stefano Frascolla is a well-known name in Italian wine because he's the owner, the winemaker mainly at Tua Rita. Tua Rita is one of Italy's 20 most famous wine estates, makes the world-famous 100% Merlot wine called Redigaffi, multiple 100-point wines over the years, but the whole range of wines. It's very good, and it's located in Suvereto on the Tuscan coast, a very pretty Etruscan town. If you ever want to visit Tuscany, make sure you come to Suvereto because it's really a very beautiful medieval little town. Stefano, how did Tua Rita come about? From very simple origins, one of Italy's most famous wineries.
Good morning, everybody. Tua Rita was a small property, originally bought by my parents-in-law to spend some weekend. They love the country. They love to own a small farm, and especially was planted with olive trees.
Wow.
And but in '85, you know that is in Tuscany the most terrible frost in January that destroy all the olive trees, and we decided to plant a small vineyards with Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, and we began to try to make some wine from for home, for passion. In '92 we started to bottle the wine, and after 5-6 years we understand that the potential quality of this land, and we decide to change our main hobby in our job.
So you see, it's a very common story. You know, Sassicaia itself was actually born as the family wine, and only after many years the Marquis was literally convinced to start selling it because all his friends told him the wine was so good. And the same thing happened at Tua Rita. It was essentially a country home. They were making wine for home use, but the wine was so good that they were literally forced into selling it. A lot of international varieties, and why is it that you have so many? You do have Sangiovese, but why so many international varieties?
Yes, we do Sangiovese, and we found the small vineyards of Sangiovese originally in the winery, but really we planted international varieties because the climate of the coast is not so located for the Sangiovese. Sangiovese need more balanced climate, needs more cold area. Suvereto is hot, is windy, is dry, and we planted the Cabernet Sauvignon because we was very close to the Sassicaia area at those times.
Sure.
And we planted the Merlot because it was the favorite varieties of the family. We was so impressed by some vintage of La Rita, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And but immediately the two varieties found, we understand that these varieties found a perfect climate, a perfect combination with the soil and with the weather, and was very interesting. But we still continue to make experiment. Make experiment with different kind of clone, different kind of varieties, like the Syrah, for example. Syrah is now one of the gems of
Absolutely,
the wine.
yeah.
We produce two Syrah in Tua Rita, one in the sister winery Poggio Trentiera, because we believe that Syrah will be one of the varieties more located for the future.
Mm-hmm. So you know the Tuscan coast is as Stefano said, right by the sea. It's a coastal area. It's hot. It's warm. It's sunny. So Sangiovese really does not do well in that sort of environment. It can, but not great wines. Instead, the international varieties do very well. It's an area that reminds you a little bit about Bordeaux, and but because it's a hot area, Syrah has really found a home. So there's more and more good Syrahs coming from this area, and of course, very good Merlot and Cabernet Franc especially. and Cabernet Sauvignon is very adaptable. Your most famous wine at the winery, you have many famous wines, like you mentioned the Syrah, also the Giusto di Notri, which is the Cabernet blend. But really, your famous wine, the world famous wine, iconic wine, is Re di Gaffi. You mentioned that you liked La Parita, a Merlot by Castello di Ama, but Re di Gaffi is really one of Italy's greatest red wines. What is it about Suvereto and your area in particular that makes Merlot so great there?
But honestly, at the beginning was also for luck.
Luck.
Because the Merlot found immediately the perfect land, the perfect climate, and immediately was so refined. And consider that at the beginning we use very young vineyards.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we planted new vineyards, and year by year this potential quality was showed, and we didn't change the style, we didn't change, but we naturally produce a wine with a big concentration, but our focus is now elegance, drinkability, also for wine so important like
Re di Gaffi. It's a really unique wine. It's one of the world's great Merlots. Think of all the great Merlots of the world, Re di Gaffi is among them. And it really is a wine of great power, but great elegance. And the thing about it is it's great every year. The 2020 is a more discreet Re di Gaffi, but it's beautifully balanced and very harmonious. The 21 is a wine of legend, powerful, concentrated, and will age forever. So do make sure you try the wines of Tua Rita. Everything from the white wines to the red wines are great. And of course, Re di Gaffi is one of the most age-worthy, cellar-worthy, and collectible wines of the world. Ciao.